What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be taking a look at some of the Rising the Ranks cards coming to College Football 25 Ultimate Team, headlined, I guess, by Gamecocks quarterback LaNorris Sellers, I should say, as well as a 93 overall tight end. I feel like the tight end position is pretty stout. We add another big time as target in Theo to the collection. Another end, we've got some good ends. TJ Parker going to be one of the better ends in the entire game. So those are three cards. We'll break them down a little bit more here in this video. But as we do dive into it, guys, if you are new to the channel, man, please smash that subscribe button. Really do appreciate all of the recent support on the channel. And yeah, you guys are the reason I do this. So thank each and every one of you guys for this. Now, let's start off at the back, okay? This guy in Theo is 6'6". He's got 91 speed, 93 catching. His route running is absolutely immaculate. Even this card compared to, let's say, like Luke Lachey, guys, which I'm going to compare the cards in there for the sake of this video. Lachey's got 91 speed. Obviously, 94 acceleration is crazy. 94 catching is crazy, 6'6". I'm not saying he's going to be better than Luke Lachey. I don't think that's going to be the case. However, I think he's going to give you, let's say, 90% of what Luke Lachey does provide on the field. So, if you guys are in need of a tight end, this guy is going to be cheaper than a Luke Lachey, even though he is an LTD. Lachey's like, I think, over 1 million coins still to this day. So Sellers, obviously, or not Sellers, but Theo going to be a cheaper option as one of the best tight ends in the game compared to a guy like Luke Lachey. For myself, I tried to sell Luke Lachey today. I'm not on the game right now, so we'll see again when I log on to the game if my Luke Lachey sold, those types of things. But again, if this card is relatively cheap tomorrow, maybe I'll pick him up. But at the same time, I don't know if he's worth it. You know, with Tyler Warren in the game, with, you know, Velling in the game, it's tough for me to say Theo is for sure worth picking up because of those couple of things. TJ Parker, next card I want to talk about, left end. I feel like we've got a lot of good ends in the game right now. But as I mentioned today in my defensive lineman tier list, watch it if you haven't yet after this video, it's kind of rare to find guys that get after the quarterback and both play the run. And I feel like, especially, let's not include the defensive tackle, but if you look at some of the ends with 88 speed, there's not a lot of them to choose for. Like ends with 88 speed, there's only like 5 or 6 of them with the same block shed that he's got, as well as gets after the quarterback. It is pretty rare. So I kind of like what TJ Parker does provide. Let's look specifically at the left end position, guys. I don't know. Jack Sawyer, I still think probably is better than him by the slightest of margins. Although TJ Parker's got 90 acceleration where Sawyer's is only an 85. I think those guys are close, but going to be for sure one of your best left ends in the entire game. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No real questions asked. Again, it just comes down to, do you like, do you like TJ Parker more? Do you like a guy like Jack Sawyer more? Really is up to your personal preference, but just realize both cards are really solid. Then we see as Sellers, last but certainly not least, 92 overall, rising the ranks quarterback, looks elite, 90 speed, great accuracy, great throw on the run. The only thing this quarterback doesn't do is have good play action. Now, I would say this, I don't really run any play action. So for me, I could care less with that stat reads. But he's got 90 speed, that's as good as Milrow. His accuracy stats look fantastic. His throw power looks really good. The question I have is, does the card throw a tight spiral? And what does this throw accuracy stat look like tomorrow? Those are the two things that I'm going to be staying in tune to for LaNorris Sellers to decide whether this card is going to be one of your best quarterbacks in the game. For me, I run the ball quite a bit. I run the option game a little bit as well. So I need a quarterback that does have high speed. He's got that. I need a quarterback that can throw the ball well, and I still think Sellers does both of those things at a pretty high level. So for me, I like Sellers. I think he's a card that can play, can compete at a really high level. Now, how much is Sellers worth? That's really up to you guys and what you specifically want at that quarterback position. For me, I do like the card. Now, with all of that being said, the real thing that I want to talk about here is the rising the ranks players are gonna go down in price. So if you have a lot of these cards, they should lose some value tomorrow. Hunter should go down, Rodriguez, Gonzalez. These are cards, even Rutledge, that I like. but that should lose some value tomorrow. And even at the quarterback position, we might see some other cards start to lose some value as well with the addition of Sellers into the game. I feel like the end position, it's one, like, I feel like we've got some good ends, but at the end of the day, TJ Parker is about as good as there is at that left end position. I don't know, for me, the LTD is fine, but again, when I look at some of the best tight ends in the game, and I'll go through and show you guys, it's just tough for me because, yes, Luke Lachey is obviously the best, but even Jack Velling compared to Theo, right? Velling is 160,000 coins. How am I supposed to sit up here and think Theo is better than Jack? I just don't. I don't think that's the case. And so that's really the tough part for Theo in this game is I personally like Jack Velling just slightly more. So I don't see a situation where Theo plays, but as far as TJ Parker, as far as Sellers, those are guys that I do respect on the field and guys that I think you can pick up and that will be able to compete for you guys at a decently high level. So those are kind of my thoughts on the 3 cards as far as the Rising the Ranks set coming tomorrow. For me, I'm not necessarily loving this set. I really do like Sellers, though. I think this card won't be insanely expensive, and I do think he's going to be able to help a lot of people out. Like Mills said, Sellers is going to feed all the families, man. Sellers is going to be an absolute beast. I don't think there's really any ifs, ands, or buts about that. So let me know your thoughts on this drop. Is it a drop that does excite you, or is it a drop that you're like, you know what, it's fine, but I'm not super excited about it? Because that's fine. If that's how you feel, it's fine. But I'm just eager to hear what you guys have to say about this Rising the Ranks drop. I feel like a lot of times with the Rising the Ranks drops, it's not necessarily, in my opinion, the most hype drop. It is a drop, though, that each and every week, I don't mind. I like the fact that they give players like Team of the Week cards. I think it is a pretty cool concept, especially if, like, your favorite team gets one. So if, like, you are a big Texas A&M fan, it is a lot cooler if one of your favorite teams gets some cards for the week. So that's kind of my opinion on things. Let me know your thoughts on it, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.